and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is nervous that they may have been figured out or found out. We've got two people that were in the same place together. Maybe it was a hotel, maybe it was an office or like a part of the office that they shouldn't have been in. But they were spied by somebody else. They were seen by someone else. So this is about whether or not they're actually able to contain whatever actions they don't want other people to know about. And I feel like they're kind of worried because they know it's going to be difficult to do that. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchenta. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is a list of the 3 different tiers I offer for the memberships. Hey, Key Controller, what's going on? So we're going to start with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot, because if you didn't know, it's already spooky season. I saw Halloween stuff in a store yesterday. I got really excited about it. What else do we have? We have the Star, 3 of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So I've told someone that I'm in this place, but then I get seen in another place. The location itself could be problematic, but also just the I'm not where I told someone that I would be, right? Hey, James, how are you doing? It happens. So this is coming through to me as I don't know how to fix this because there's really no justification for my being where I was. There's really nothing that can provide cover for what was seen or how somebody like happened upon me, right? Wow. And the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So I've only pulled 4 cards from this deck, and we have 2 aces in the reverse. This is definitely a problematic situation. We've got somebody sweating bullets here. We're probably going to see the 9 of Swords at some point, because this is just like, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to say. It feels like I'm kind of cooked, you know? Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. Yeah. So the Knight of Swords would be the person that actually witnessed or saw. It seems like it was 2 people, right? Because the meeting implies there's at least 2 people here. But for some of you, that could be one person was witnessing another person. Maybe there was some theft going on. Maybe there was, some drunken shenanigans, like playing a prank. But someone saw them, and with the Page of Swords, they know that this information is probably something that's going to get out. Like, they're not going to be able to keep this secret, right? Hey, Randy, how are you doing? Thank you. Hello, Erica. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How's it going? Hello, Renee. So we've got the 3 of Wands and the Sun in the reverse. I went to great lengths to make sure that no one would figure me out, or I thought I had planned this well enough to avoid anybody discovering what was going on. And here we are with the Sun in the reverse, feeling like everything is hidden. So I don't feel like this is a solitary action so much as a pattern, and one person happens to catch them at that point, right? Hello, Vibes. Hello, Shancha. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Raven. So we've got Death and the Wheel. Whatever has been going on or whatever they have been trying to keep hidden is no longer going to be allowed. They can't continue, right? Because they've been caught. Hello, Bitchy Tata. How's it going? Hello, Omid. Hello, Laura. How's it going? Hello, Claudio. How are you? Yeah, thank you for liking the video. I appreciate it. Wow, that's wild. So there's a card called the Devil in the tarot, right? We have that, but we also have Temperance, which is the Earth Angel. So Devil and Angel on the shoulder, right? This is someone trying to figure out their approach, because it's clarifying the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So you know something about me. You could potentially cause me a lot of drama in my life. I would rather people not know what was going on or where I was. So do I say something nice to this person like, hey, pretty please, the sugar on top, can you not tell anybody my secret? Or do I get mean? Do I find some way to pretend I'm being nice, right? Like, hi, I'm pretending to be your friend, but really I'm looking for a way to make you scared so that you don't say anything, right? They have to figure out what their approach is. Hey, Myra. Hello, what's up? Hey, Aqua Beauty. How are you doing? Hello, Gary. Thank you, Claudio. So there's definitely some similarities with this card and the first one, right? So I know it flips it for you, so it's not super legible, but we've got threatened and ashamed, embarrassed about past behavior, and this says embarrassed. Appearances. So how do I fix this? How do I make sure that this doesn't become a big deal? How do I make sure that I contain the gossip or whatever, like the fallout, right? Hey, Carrie. Hey, Famous Seamus. Hello, Angel. How are you doing? Hello, Tanisha. I hope you're having a good day. All right, well, that kind of solidifies that then. Notice we have two people covering their eyes, right? Just think back over your life. Has there ever been a time where you were in denial even though the truth was right in front of your face, or where you knew someone else was not willing to look at the truth? Look, I'll be real. The thing I'm thinking of is when I was in high school smoking cigarettes, trying to hide it from my parents, and I used to tell them, oh, cigarettes? Oh, those must have been my friends that they left behind. And my parents, who are very intelligent people, chose to believe it, maybe, at least to my face, but I know they do better. You know what I'm saying? This is like, no worries. No. But you could find a different place on the internet for your interesting requests. Hello, Zach. I hope you find a better way to spend your time. I'll put you in timeout, but just be warned, I do like to block people permanently. So if y'all want a personal question answered, first and foremost, I do offer personal readings if you want like something of substance, right? Ranging from $40 to $100. Then, and that would not be paid through YouTube, right? And then as far as like on the live streams, if we get to $15 in tips, then I will do personal questions at the end, okay? Otherwise, please be respectful of the live chat. Use that time to chat with the cool people in the live chat. Because I don't think they want to read the same thing over and over again. Because then you just get blocked. And then you can't have the fun conversations, you know? All right. So we have two people trying not to see the truth of the situation. This could be family. This could be a spouse, because we did have the situationship card. So I don't want to know that you have a side piece. I don't want to know that you're seeing other people. But if there is some sort of evidence that is kind of undeniable, then I'm going to have some sort of decision made, right? Oh no, my candle went out. Hold, please. Come on. All right. Ooh, it's brighter. All right. Sorry, guys, it got stuck. Hello, Steve. Hello. Is it Kashia? Hello, my son. How are you doing? All right. This is the Masonic Tarot. Hello, Hidden Talent. How are you doing? Hello, Rocasetto. Hidden Talent, this is a general reading. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Heather. How are you doing? Can I just say that Heathers is such an awesome movie? Have y'all seen it? It's old. It's weird. That's good. So we've got Death again and Gold, 7 of Gold. So in the Masonic Tarot, gold is associated with fire, even though normally you would think of pentacles, right? So this would be like the 7 of Wands in the reverse. So I have to end this connection, probably a situationship, right? Probably somebody on the side, because I know I've been exposed, because I know I'm vulnerable, because I know maybe somebody's watching my every move now because there's gossip or because there's been some chaos, right? $15. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. What's up, John Travolta? Wait. Is it? Hello, Pretam. How are you doing? Hey, y'all, if we get to $15 in tips, then I'll take personal questions. But right now, we're talking about somebody who did something over a period of time. So it's multiple things, right? It's probably naked things. But they are in a relationship, and there's someone, probably the person they're in a relationship with, possibly friends or family. But in particular, to people who are like, no, you're not doing that. No, there's no way. That would be so like rude of you. Turns out they were doing it. Now, the 2 of Mallets here would be the 2 of Pentacles, and this is about somebody who has giving to 2 different people and could not make the choice between them. In other words, they knew better, but they continued on with both people. And because they didn't want to make a choice, the universe made a choice for them, you know? Hello, Bogdan. Felt James. Oh, I hope that goes as smoothly for you as it can. Hey, Grindhard, how's it going? We've got the King of Mallets. That would be the King of Pentacles. So this is a person who's in a relationship, but with the 7 of Cups, they've created an illusion. They want people to see them as this King of Pentacles. Oh, I'm in a great relationship. I do right by this person, you know, like I treat them well, or I pay for this, or I travel there, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, this relationship is great, right? Look at us. We're so happy. But the Magician's in the reverse. This is all a trick, right? Look over here or listen to that so that you don't see the truth of the matter, or, you know, see the man behind the curtain, right? No, this is not poker, but I'm sure you can find that. Hello, Spoons. How are you doing? Hello, teacher. How are you? You want to maybe like grow up a little bit and not message weird things? I'll put you in a little baby timeout since maturity seems to be the issue. Hello, Amaru. How are you? I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's better ways to use your time. Hello, Smart. How are you doing? If If you could extend some of your intelligence to others, that would be great. Oh, thank you, Aqua Beauty. I appreciate you. Hello, Steve. Hello, Carla. So we have the Moon and the Chariot with the Page of Swords in the reverse. Ooh, that secret's coming out. I know you don't want anybody to know, but I'm going to make sure everybody knows. So look, I'm not gonna lie, this looks kind of petty to me. You know, I'm thinking about when I've heard about people that like spray paint on a car or post up a bunch of like mailers around the city, like on like, I don't know, electrical posts or whatever. Like, this person's a cheater. We don't need to go that crazy with it, okay, you guys? Look, you are awesome enough that when you end a relationship or when you walk away from someone, not being around you is punishment enough. You don't need to be wasting your money on like supplies to post up how awful they are. People gonna find out anyways, right? When you're awful all the time. People see through. Anyways, this truth, it's coming out. It is getting probably posted all over town, posted on social media. People are like, hey, did you hear what happened? Oh my God. So, you know, someone might be going a little bit too far with it, just a little bit. Hello, Alfred. How are you doing? Hey, Papillon. How are you doing? I agree, Carla. Hello, Woo Woo. How's it going? When I see your username, it makes me think about How I Met Your Mother, the episode with the Woo girls. All right. So we've got the Page of Gold, which would be the Page of Wands. The Nine of Gold or Nine of Wands. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Mallets in the reverse. I gotta say, I see a long-term relationship ending here, and it's because somebody has done something too many times or something is far too public. You know, if this was like the first time you messed up, or if this was something that was a little bit more manageable, if it wasn't posted all over town, or if there weren't people talking about it at every turn, then maybe we could get through this. But because of how it's going down, I feel like this relationship, the person who was originally like, la, 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 I can't see this. Now they're like, look, it's everywhere. I try to ignore it, but everywhere I turn, I see more information about how you were a twat. So, I kind of feel like I need to make a decision based on twat. I mean that. I did that on purpose, you guys. Is that it? Oh, it's right here. That's the crystal ball. You can kind of see it, just like. But it's like decorative, you know? It's true. Some people don't know about protective energy. Whatever. Which is why I have this tattoo. If you know, you know. Shout out to anyone if you're from Egypt. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Well, be sure to like the video. And if you're able to tip, I appreciate it. All right, so we've got the page. Did I mention this is the Earth and Bones Tarot? It's like probably my new favorite, you guys. It's gorgeous. And like the cards are so pretty. They're like, I don't know if I can explain it. Page of Wicks or Page of Wands is about communication. I don't know if you can see, well, yeah, you can. This spot, it looks to me, I mean, like as an artist, it looks to me like somebody got irritated with the flame that they put on here and then didn't go back and fix it, right? And I don't think that's probably what it really is, but because that's what it makes me think of, I feel like we've got somebody who made a mistake and didn't go back to fix it. So you left your earring there, or you didn't turn your location off, and you normally do. There's something here about details that are normally aligned the way that they should be. My candle keeps going out. Sorry, guys. I guess it's dead. And that information's wrong, you know, or somebody can contradict it. Like, well, yeah, you tried to make it seem like you were at home, but that's weird because I saw you at Applebee's eating a bloomin' onion. Is that Applebee's or is that Outback, you guys? I think that's Outback. I'm not getting paid for that, by the way. I just like to say bloomin'. Hello, droid. How are you doing? This is not the droid you're looking for. Hello, DMT gun. That sounds terrifying. How are you doing? Hello, Leon. Look, we've got somebody who tried to hide or cover up their tracks, and maybe they did for a while, okay? They might have been real successful at that for a little bit. But we've got the Page of Jars or the Page of Cups right next to this Page of Wands. Both of these could be a reference to communication, especially some sort of romantic communication. So it could be a screenshot of text messages. It could be someone saw a very telling glance between two coworkers. They can't hide this anymore. Even if there were people that were willing to look the other way or pretend they didn't see what they saw, they're not going to do that anymore. So we have the Emperor in the reverse and the Page of Petals or Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a pretty big fumble for somebody. They've lost control and they feel like it's going to impact them in multiple ways if this relationship truly does end. Hello, Jen. Okay, I'll just call you Lo. How about that? Hello, Mecca Kami? You should probably learn how to be respectful. Not even a timeout for you. You just booted for personal, like, forever and ever. Hello, Dominique. How are you doing? Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Ooh, I love this card. This is the Empress. Interesting. And the King of Petals, which is the King of Pentacles again. All right, y'all, there is a chance that we've got a side piece pregnancy or an unplanned starting of a family. There's also a chance that we've got somebody who has tried to like present as if they were a very compassionate, emotionally mature individual, but now it's pretty clear to everyone that this is somebody who has been putting on a show or pretending, right? So I do think this person's going to try to salvage their relationship, even though it seems like their partner is pretty determined to end the relationship. Hey, Jack, how are you doing? That's totally like something my mom would say, so I love it. Hey, Will, how are you doing? Hello, Enoch. Hello, Mario. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. Thank you, Gilmar. We're close to that $15. Oh, thank you, Grindhard. Hello, Sanjana. How you doing? Okay, it's really bothering me that I don't have another candle going. Hold on, you guys. Do your job. All right, does that work? Can you see me better now? Okay. We're only 25 minutes in. We'll do another couple minutes for the general reading and I'll dive into the personal questions for you all, okay? Thank you for the tips. I really do appreciate it. Hello, Donovan. Yes, they are. If it's not your thing, that's cool. I just ask that you be respectful. Hello, Tania or Tanaya? I hope I said it right. Hello, online account. What's happening? So we've got the Nine of Crystals. I think I called that, right? This is the Nine of Swords, somebody who is stressed, freaking out. Now, this is actually a really beautiful rendition of it because, I don't know, crystals. But if you look closely, there's an eyeball in the middle. Now, I would maybe be just a little bit concerned if there were a bunch of like sharp crystals pointed at my eyeballs. What about you guys? Yeah, just a little bit. This is somebody who realizes what they've been hiding, their secrets. I feel like this eye is about seeing something, right? That they've been seen where they shouldn't have been, or that they've been caught, right? Ten of Petals and the Hanged Man. So as a result, now their long-term relationship is no longer going to be a thing. They have been served papers or told to leave or told it's time to go to therapy. They're real concerned about what's going to happen, and they do have to quit seeing this person on the side. I don't really feel bad for them. But they're realizing that this is not like a joke, right? They have to make some changes. Page of Crystals, which is the Page of Swords, and the Five of Wicks, or the Five of Wands. I do think that there is a lot of arguing going on. We could have, you know, conversations playing out in a therapist's office. We could have a family mediator trying to help the two work through this situation. I do feel like for some of you, this is someone turning to their parents because they went through that and got through it, trying to see if they can get through this, right? If that's what floats your boat. Hey, Atala, how are you doing? Yeah, that's a pretty valid question. So we have Justice in the reverse. Yeah. You can't hide anymore. We know what you were up to. You thought you were a little bit too clever or too cool for school, but you got caught. So now there are consequences. They don't really like the consequences, but whoever is like, oh, goody, I'm going to go get a big spoon and enjoy these consequences. Nobody, right? But this is how they have to learn how to treat people that they care about or situations that are important to them, right? If you have an expensive cell phone, are you going to like juggle it over railroad tracks or like a bridge? No, you're probably going to try to like secure it, right? Are you going to secure the relationship or are you going to play games? They chose to play games. This is the Energy Oracle. Hey, Rama Bedlam, how are you doing? Butcher, I can't even be mad at you. Hello, how's it going, Saeed? That's funny. So we've got the door to personal healing and happiness, which is number 34. I feel like this is for the person who was in this relationship that didn't step out, right? The person who was pretending they didn't see the clues, pretending they didn't see the little red flags. Now they know what they know and they have to make a decision. Before it was like, okay, maybe there's something going on, but I don't really want to face that right now. You know, I don't know for sure and I don't want to have that conversation. But now that they know, they're thinking about what they really want, realizing they have more inner strength and courage than they thought. But this tied up card, I think, is a reference to how they felt they were in the relationship. But now that everything's front and center or public or people are talking about it, it's like, hey, you know, maybe I should just like take this opportunity to walk away, right? Let's see. All right, this is the Universe Cat. New penguin. Interesting. Did I say hello to Darnell? Hello. I don't know how to say your name, but I can say the Daniel part. Hey, Daniel. Are you singing Spice Girls now? Thank you. I appreciate that. So we've got the Ace of Swords. It's the undeniable truth. It's out and about and nobody can say anything about it. Well, people are probably actually saying lots of things about it. Like, oh, did you hear? Oh my God, yeah, I did. I totally saw that one coming. There's gossip going around, okay? It makes it simultaneously more difficult and easier for the person who is contemplating leaving the relationship. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the Star. I really do feel like this is being talked about by a number of people, saying that somebody ruined a relationship that seemed kind of perfect. You know, you're dating this amazing person, they're talented or they're really good looking, whatever it might be. I get it. So the Fool in the reverse. I shouldn't have thought that I could keep doing what I was doing and not get caught. Now I don't know if there's any way for me to repair the situation because it's pretty obvious what was going on, and it's like their word isn't believed by anyone, right? Like, you lied about that for so long. How can I believe you about like your middle name? Like, clearly you're lying. I know it's Clyde. That's not meant to be insulting, but it probably came out that way, sorry. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Hello, Crazier. What's happening? We've got Ace of Cups. Oh, thank you, Pierre. You'd think I'd have more fire in my chart. All right, so we've got somebody who, I shouldn't chuckle at this. This is somebody who is upset about losing something that they played with. It's like you're eating soup with like the spoons that have the holes in it. Like, what did you expect to happen? You know, this person is losing what they treasured, and it's because they didn't care about it enough to make the right choices. It's like kind of shocking to them that all of this change is happening. I didn't think this person would ever leave me, or I didn't think people were going to actually like hold me accountable or look at me that way. I didn't think I would ever get caught, right? Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? We got the Seven of Wands, trying to defend the relationship, trying to fight for something, but it kind of feels to me like this is lost. Yeah, we've got someone who's decided to let go. The Four of Pentacles is in the reverse. If it were in the upright, that's somebody that's holding on to something, right? Like, no, it's mine. This is somebody who's saying, no, it's pretty clear that you were kind of an awful partner. Didn't really seem to care whether or not you hurt me, and you lied to me a bunch right to my face. So I look at you in your face and tell you that we are done. Adios. Sayonara. You guys tell me more. What are the au revoir? I'm not really good at French, you guys, at all. Yeah. Goodbyes in as many languages as you'd like. Hello, Dee. How are you doing? Arrivederci. Thank you, Bella. You're the best. All right, let's do some cards from the Overthinker's Oracle, and then I want to do personal questions. Butcher is about you, not about me. Just to get real clear. Why do they keep running away from me like that, you guys? All right. I can't look at this card and not sing it, which is probably the intent, right? I don't want to be a player no more. They're ready to commit. I'm sorry, what? Why do I not believe this person? Do you believe them? I don't know if I believe them, y'all. And then it says, I miss how our relationship used to be. You know, when I was lying to you and you believed me? I'm sorry. I don't really like how this person is handling this. Hey, Matt. All right, let me just write this down real quick, like. Wrong side. And then we had, who else was it? Matt. I'm trying to keep track of the questions I need to start with, y'all. It ain't easy. Hello, Bluebird. How are you doing? Okay. No, but hey, I admire your ability to look out for other people. That's real sweet. Hello, Amrit. How are you doing? All right, that's fair. Past life lovers. This time I promise you my actions will match my words. Okay, so this is somebody who may feel like you have been together a number of times. Maybe they believe in past lives. Maybe they say things like, you're my soulmate, or we're twin flames. I personally would just say I recommend never telling anybody that you're twin flames. I mean, I just don't see that ever being a positive thing. Talk about the things you need to. Understand your experience. Connect with other people that are going through the twin flame journey. You might find some in the live chat. But as far as like looking at somebody and saying, you're my twin flame, I feel like there's so many ways that's manipulative. So just be very cautious with that, right? Are y'all being chill? Pierre, I'm not, if that's what you're asking, but it could be picking up on somebody like that. Hey, if y'all don't like each other, you can just like block each other, right? This time, I promise you my actions will match my words. Seems like a pretty hollow promise to me because they had multiple opportunities to be honest with you and did not want to do that, right? Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Nello Cry? Thank you. Michael, twin flames would be a spiritual love connection that is painful and difficult and generally denoted by periods of separation and self-discovery after ghosting or frustrating arguments with somebody that seems to understand you in a way that no one else really does. But the whole purpose of twin flames, in my opinion, is to teach you that no matter how somebody feels about you or you feel about them, the most important part of the love journey is learning to feel that love for yourself, to have that natural confidence, and to not sacrifice your standards or what you know you deserve in love because of how you feel about somebody. You can love somebody from a distance if they can't treat you the right way, right? All right, so we've got every full moon reminds me of you. I'm sorry I broke your heart. I feel like I was tricked out of my blessings. Oh, you're funny. So we've got dark attachments. This is what has made it difficult for this person to interact with somebody in a healthy way. They have some unattended to trauma or problems with regards to love. Okay, so I've got on my list Aqua Beauty, Grind Hard, and Matt as far as people that had questions. Gilmar, I think also probably still looking for that BBWA. You crack me up. Hey, Nikki, how are you doing? Hello, youngin', what's up? It's true. It's true. Happy birthday to Nikki. Oh, Jesus loves you too. Hello, Esmeralda. What's happening? Yes, thank you for liking the video. That it means a lot to me. And for subscribing. So, y'all got to tell me, the 4 of you that I named off, you got to tell me what your questions are, because I really can't scroll through all of this. I really can't. It's like too much. Grant, I'm not going to do health. I don't have the right cards for that, bruh. Hey, Cobra, how are you doing? From the UK? Someday I got to visit. I've had an obsession with Queen Elizabeth I for a long time. Would love to see, what was it called? What was her favorite castle? It starts with an H, right? Hereford? Oh, God. I'm too focused on the 5D right now. Hello, SBTD. How you doing? Welcome back. Hello, Sean Mugam. How are you doing? All right. While I'm waiting for other folks, Kelly, I'm going to answer your question. If there's a message from somebody who's passed on, let's see what we get for you. This is the Santa Muerte. Seems to make sense for that. What is the message for Kelly from someone who's passed on? Knight of Cups, Hanged Man, Hierophant in the reverse. There's someone who's watching you and they feel the energy of another person as far as how they connect to you. This is someone you would view as a love interest. This comment or this message is saying you're not looking at this the way you should. That this person who you have maybe got some stars in your eyes for, or this person who may be trying to romance you, they're not interested in what they tell you they are, or they're pretending to be something that they're not with the Hierophant in the reverse. It would lead to you being in the 5 of Cups, which is a sense of regret or feeling like you didn't do what you should have done. So I do feel like you're going to see signs. I do think that it's going to be related to clouds, which is kind of unusual. I haven't seen a lot of that. But there is something here about a protective energy wanting you to not repeat a cycle or get involved with this love interest. Yeah, be nice, folks. Okay. I still don't, do I have questions? Aqua Beauty, I know you said you had a question. I'm scrolling to see if I can find it. Money coming from Amex victims or medical? Victims or medical? No, not from Amex. The middle one. Victims, was it? There's a little, with the Eight of Swords, there's something here that's a little bit of a block. So there's a delay on it, but it is that middle one. I think it was victims. Yep. Hello, Enrique. How are you doing? You're welcome, Kelly. Thank you, Papillon. So I'm still looking for Grindhard's. Oh, wait, no, I think I remember Grindhard's question. I think Grindhard asked, is my lady friend saying good things about me? So, okay, sometimes your brains, try to say that information like an old student trap. I'm really not that proud of myself, but it's all right. Grindhard, let's see what we got for you. Oh, okay. Yes. So there's been a conversation where you've been described as capable. Emperor and King of Swords, very powerful energy, somebody who speaks the truth, somebody who knows themselves. But the Emperor is also about somebody who takes action. So yeah, I would say this is positive commentary from her about you. So progress, right? Awesome. So we've got my keto, yo keto, which is cool because like I totally did keto and that was fun for me. No Dr. Pepper, sadly, but does Spirit have a message for me? What do we have for my keto? Look at how perfect this is. Does Spirit have a message for me? And there's like a skeleton bird with a little envelope in his beak. Like, of course I have a message for you. Are you ready? Where are you? I think it just flipped back over. Oh, okay. So we've got the Six of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star in the reverse. Look, something is about to get real good for you. And it has to do with your money or what your achievements or goals are. So stay focused. Do not get distracted by things that you know are not as valuable to you as this goal. I do feel like it has to do with your career or creative expression of some sort, but you are getting close to where you're supposed to be. The problem is, as this gets closer to you or as you get what you want, the art of self-care might be a little bit challenging for you. I want you to, from the get-go, from the beginning, have a plan in place on how you set aside time for yourself, how you find time for meditation, seeing a doctor, drinking water, whatever like helps you recharge those batteries. Because you could have something get cut short, or you may not go as far as you could if you don't take care of yourself. Okay? And best of luck. You'll be awesome. Hellberg, you for real? Yo, do you guys like literally just sit here and think of all of these like insults that would literally never ever make me feel bad about myself? Like, that's fucking hilarious to me. Sorry if y'all saw my response to that, because that's probably really arrogant, but like, really? All right, so we've got Alan. Is there a message for me? Let me switch to a different deck. All right, this is the Egyptian Tarot. What message is there for Alan, please? And thank you everyone for the likes and the tips and the subscribes. I really do appreciate you. Deuces. You really think I care about that? That's hilarious. Aww. To be fair, it's kind of difficult, you know? So we've got for Alan the Three of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, and Temperance. So Alan, there is a sense of wanting to resolve a problem or resolve a conflict with somebody. I do feel like there's already been progress. So this is an ongoing effort or an ongoing, can we repair this? Can we get to a better place? And with the Page of Swords in the reverse, I feel like at a point you're left kind of hanging. You're wondering, are we okay? Is this actually something that you care about? Have you forgotten about me? They haven't. This person is going to work with you to get to a very beautiful, peaceful situation. The ask here is be patient, do your best to listen as much and as well as you can, but Temperance is about peace and balance. So there is going to be resolution here, and it'll be beautiful. So I'm very happy for you. I'm glad, Alan. Thank you. DMT wants a card to describe themselves. Oh, I'm still gonna get more than one though, because it paints a better picture. Ten of Pentacles is a big deal. Ten of Pentacles is about stability. I do feel like there is, especially over the next 3 years, going to be increased like financial stability. In part because you've been willing to sacrifice something, but I do feel like I have to warn you that there's going to be additional sacrifices ahead. I feel like you know that. I do think you've had a change in your perspective. I don't know that it's completely for the best or for the worst. I think you just have a clearer picture of what it is, right? But with this Five of Wands, I do feel like there is some competition ahead of you. You are prepared for this competition. Whatever this is, if it's somebody who's jealous or somebody who wants to like look like they deserve a promotion better, whatever it is, your like subtle confidence is going to do exactly what you need it to do. So I would say, in a word, grounded, right? Hello, Joel. How are you doing? Hello, Saul. How are you? Or Soul, depending on how you say it. Is there a message for me? I'm making big changes. Thank you for the tip, by the way. And I'm still looking for what Matt's question was. And then Gilmore, please let me know. Is it still about the BBW? All right. So for Saul, what is the message for Saul? Yeah, this does feel pretty heavy. I won't lie. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Swords. I do feel like you're worrying more than you need to. I understand because you've gone through a loss or it feels like things are maybe a little bit out of control. But there is going to be an end to this. There is going to be a change to brighter days. And it feels to me like a key part of that is you making plans for those better days. I expect it to be this, I expect it to be better, and when it is, I'm gonna go fishing, or when it is, I'm gonna go shopping, or when it is, I'm gonna go eat some excellent Mexican food. Because with the Empress being in the reverse, I feel like part of this is pertaining to how you talk to yourself or what you have as like goals or things to focus on. You have the ability to like expedite the better days getting to you by having that positive mindset. So I wish you luck. Hello, Yo-Yo. How are you? Hey, Bree or Bri, at least spell divine correctly if you're going to insult people from a spiritual standpoint. It's Divine. But have fun in another channel. You're welcome, Saul. Gilmer, girl at the gym. Should Gilmer let it flow naturally into a family of 11? Are you guys trying to 11 children? Is it? Let me get a different check. Okay, we're gonna go with the tarot of the cat people because we know what's going on. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? You're funny. Wow. Yes, you absolutely should, Gilmer. Go for the girl at the gym. Let's be respectful, right? We want to make sure that, you know, we respond to how people are feeling about things. But look, I'm going to tell you right now, I think initially it's going to be a no. I think this is somebody that you're very interested in, and I think they're a little bit avoidant or a little bit resistant. So what I'm trying to say is be respectful, give this person space, but I feel like this is a timing thing. They may be interested in you, and if you show that you are respectful of their boundaries, then you get an opportunity. So, patience is a virtue. Hello, Kiki. How are you doing? Priyanka would like to know, will I ever work abroad in countries like UAE? Is it Qatar or Saudi? There is an opportunity to, but I feel like it falls through or it doesn't work out for your protection. There is a problem here. It would cause some issues, right? So I feel like you're actually being purposefully sent elsewhere or kept elsewhere because I do feel like there would be some problems that you do not anticipate if you were to work over there. Now, this is about probably timing. So this is not necessarily you will never, but for right now, it seems like it would be too problematic. Joseph would like to know, what should I do with my love life? Nine of Swords in reverse. Also, thank you to, was it Alan? Thank you, Alan. I appreciate your kind words. And this was Joseph. Joseph, the love life improves for you when you address a misconception that has been taught to you from a young age regarding emotional expression. It could be as simple as, were you taught that you should never cry? Were you taught that you should never tell someone that you love them? Were you taught that your emotions don't matter unless other people like acknowledge them? There is something here that has kind of like a destructive energy to it pertaining to beliefs around love. And when you address that, the world opens up, becomes your oyster, and you find love. So maybe even like look for books on love that might help you understand your perspective a little bit better. You too, Michael. Thank you for the likes, everyone, and the tips. I sure do appreciate you. Saphir would like to know, is my friendship with Y genuine or was she faking it all? This is kind of difficult to say, but I do feel like there is some fake energy here. I feel like there's like I went out of my way to do something that's not really my character or like how I treat people because I wanted this person to feel like I was their friend. But the Two of Cups is in the reverse. This is like we were never friends. I'm hearing 6 underground. Just because we talk doesn't mean we're friends. Is that what the lyrics are? So yeah, I mean, to be fair, this person I think is just kind of like that. I don't know that it was your fault. It's just when people show you who they are, make a decision about it, right? Hello, Sean McGum. What is Verushka's current energy? No contact since 6 months. Oh, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So the current energy towards you with regards to that no contact for 6 months from Verushka. We have the 7 of Wands, the Lovers, and the Hermit. This is about introspection or being a bit pensive. The 7 of Wands indicates somebody who wants to protect themselves from the situation. I do feel like this person views you as a soulmate or somebody that understands them very deeply. But there is a concern about what other people view as appropriate or okay. There could be real life, logistics issues. But I do think that Verushka is in the midst of understanding the reality and the emotion behind your connection better. So this space is very important in terms of whatever growth could potentially happen between the two of you. It is helped by this distance. And I do feel like you'll hear from this person again. I do feel like you'll communicate again. The High Priest is the Hierophant, which can also talk about long-term relationships, as well as somebody who has a spiritual awakening, because this is somebody who understands things that sometimes other people don't, right? Hello, Jack. How are you? Hello. How's it going, Bowser? Timelines are tricky because there's, free will. But let's see what we get. So we've got the 4 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. I do feel like another 6 months. It could be 4 to 6 months. But there's a sense of disconnection that Verushka needs to get through. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? Hello, Justin. Hello, Jorge. Hey, Crazy Immunity or Inhumanity. I'm happy to look to see what messages there are for you, but can I just ask that you be patient with me? I do this because I care about you all. So when you're a little bit impatient or kind of like demanding about it, it kind of diminishes the value, right? So let's just keep in mind that there are a lot of other people out there that need messages too, okay? What do we have for Crazy or Inhumanity, please? Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Sun, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is your energy. There's this love or this pain that you're feeling, but I'm not sure you have the right outlet. I don't know if there's some concern here regarding your social circle, if you can trust folks. I do feel like there's some two-faced energy around you or people with hidden intentions. So I do think this is difficult, right? Who can I talk to, or do I have to go through this myself? And I think for a short while, you will keep it to yourself and probably bury yourself in work. I don't know that that is going to be like a long-term possibility for you. I think it's good to kind of have a routine. But what I'm getting in particular is there is a need to be out in nature. And if you are a creative person, find a creative outlet. You might actually find a new way of expressing yourself. Let's say you're more of like a poet, you might find you want to take up some painting. If you're more of a visual artist, you might find some healing through dance. But there is a need for that expression, right? So let it out there. Let's see. Hello, Tiffany. I don't know what that is. We're just gonna give you a little baby break. Hey, Cameron. Yeah, that's not an option. Never will be. But hey, you know, I'm pretty sure there's like a website for that. You might even know the name of it, right? Yeah, you totally do. Hello, Sean. What's going on? Holy buckets. What does that say? Oh, I totally missed that. My. Thank you. Hold on. Is it Anu? Some general guidance. I'm happy to find some general guidance for you. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but let's see what we get for you. King of Wands in the reverse. I'm picking up on anger, frustration, wanting to fight because somebody who's pretending to be innocent knew exactly what they were doing. So I don't know if you're perhaps trying to figure out if somebody's being manipulative. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, they're being manipulative, and they think they can just, like, I don't know, use puppy eyes or pretend that they're young or inexperienced, or I didn't know it would go that way. Yeah, they did. Justice and the Devil in the reverse. So I feel like your question may really be, should I cut this person off? Is it time to distance myself from this person, right? Yes, it is. This person doesn't want to be held accountable for what they did. They want to pretend they were innocent or I didn't know what was going on. They did know. They did know. And you deserve better than what they did. So I do feel like things get better for you when you distance yourself from this person. This is someone who is emotionally stunted or not able to understand perspectives of others. And with the Fool in the reverse, I do feel like they pretty routinely try to make other people feel silly or stupid for what they think or feel. And I have very little patience for people like that because it results in people feeling like they have to hold back what needs to be spoken, right? It does. It's all right. You're welcome. Hello, Adrienne. How are you doing? Oh my God, I love that question. Will two people from Carmen's channel get married? I would love that. Hey, Ross. No, I don't. There's actually a cross right there. I would ask you to be respectful or I will block you from my channel, okay? Judge not, yet you be judged. Yes, there are going to be 2 people from my channel that get married, and this makes me super happy. It is absolutely a dream of mine. Like, I'm gonna keep crossing my fingers over that. So just remember, there's awesome people in my live chat, and maybe you'll fall in love. Aw, that's all right, but there's probably a better channel for you, sweetie. I'm wishing you healing, and I hope you can interact with people without being judgmental. Hey, Dana, how are you doing? Will things improve? Thank you for the tip. Will things improve between Vaughn, my current person, and my son? I feel like right now there's a block that you could potentially address. I feel like your son needs to know something. There's something that you could say specifically to your son that would ease the tensions here and facilitate a better relationship between those two. I do feel like it has to, like what you could say to your son has to do with what would happen if things get difficult. I kind of feel like this is, I want to make sure you understand that you are my priority, or I would never leave you behind. Or if it got to the point where you feel like I need to choose between this person and you're my son, I would always choose you. There is something here that you can say to help reassure your son, because I feel like at this point, it's I feel threatened because you're in my space kind of thing. Right? I love it. All right, it's already 7 minutes. I probably got to run, y'all. I do love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the tips. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Toodles. Oh my God.